Hey everyone, it's Miss Storms. Welcome to my office. We're going to read more Crater Lake by Jennifer Killick. We're on chapter 15, which is called Confession Time. We set Trent up with the oxygen and he crawls deeper into the hollowed out bush to get some sleep. He totally hasn't earned the right to have the next nap, but to be honest, we're all sick of listening to the rubbish that comes out of his stupid mouth, and we're looking forward to some time to chat amongst ourselves without his smug comments. Excuse me. Cat, Aid, Mac, and I all climb up the lookout tree and find the comfiest branches to sit on, which isn't easy because branches weren't made to be comfortable for humans. We have Dale's notes with us, but they're just a bunch of meaningless squiggles. They'd be hard to work out on a good day, but by now we're so tired we can't think straight. We've got no chance of getting anything useful from them. You feeling all right, Ketcha? I ask. Surprisingly, I feel fine, she says, apart from the tiredness and hunger and blisters and stuff. How about you guys? Same, says Mac, yawning like a lion. Did you want the next sleeping slot? I say. No, Adrian should have it. But why should I have it? Adrian says. Because I'm a girl? Mac stumped. I'm pretty sure there's no correct answer to this question. I'm not as tired as you, so it makes sense that you guys go first, she says. Unless you need to, Lance. Nah, I'm okay. I'm used to managing on hardly any sleep. I mean, I'm tired, obviously, but I can wait a bit longer. So is the CPAP machine yours? Mac asks. I can't see him because he's on a higher branch than me and hidden by the leaves, but I can hear in his voice that he's nervous about asking. How do you know about CPAPS? I ask. I've done a lot of first aid training, Mac says, among other things. What is CPAP? Kat asks. Is it that oxygen mask thingy? It's a breathing regulator, says Mac. The gadget attached to the tube makes sure the airways are kept open so breathing is stabilized. It's used by people with sleep apnea, I say. This is part of the secret I've been holding so close for years. I have sleep apnea. When I try to sleep, my breathing stops and I jump awake. The hospital gave me the CPAP so I can get some proper rest. I can't sleep without it. So that's why you never go to sleepovers? Katja says. It's one of the reasons, I say. What's the other reason? Aid is up on the branch with Mac, and I imagine them looking down at each other, making faces, raising eyebrows at loser Lance and his weird sleeping habits. But I'm too tired, and too much has happened for me to bother hiding stuff from them anymore. My mom has Crohn's disease. I pick at my nails, which are black with dirt. She got it when she was pregnant with me. It makes her really sick. She goes into hospital a lot and she can't leave the house that much. So you don't like people going to your house? Max says. There's a moment of quiet. Why didn't you tell us? Katja is sitting on the branch next to mine and I can tell she's looking right at me. I don't look back. 'Cause I didn't want to intimidate you with my coolness, I say. The branch above me rustles. Do you want to know how I know so much about first aid and survival skills and tracking? Max says. I have been wondering about that. I risk a glance over at Kat. She smiles at me, and not in a weird way, in the same way she always does, like everything's safe and warm. You know how every summer I tell you I'm going to Lithuania to see my family and I can't contact you because they don't have Wi-Fi? Mac's family has been spending the whole summer in Lithuania for as long as I can remember. And you said nobody there has mobile phones, says Kat. Yeah, well, that's not strictly true, says Mac. We do go to Lithuania, but not to see my family. My mom and dad are preppers. Preppers? Adrian says. They're getting me and Zuzi is Mac's little sister, ready for the end of the world. Wait, what? I've never heard Adrian so confused. They think there's going to be a third world war or a global natural disaster or a zombie apocalypse or some other massive event that will destroy the world as we know it, Max says. So they built a bunker in the countryside in Lithuania. It's like 3 stories underground. It has electricity, a bathroom, kitchen, bedrooms, and it's full of stuff. Everything we'd need to survive on our own for years. As far as bunkers go, it's legit. So you go there every summer? I say. Yeah, my parents take it super seriously. We're totally off grid, not allowed to contact with the outside world, and they teach us how to build fires and hunt and stuff. Isn't Zuzi only in reception? Katja asks. Doesn't mean she can't snare a rabbit. Wow, says Aid. It must seem kind of insane to you guys, Max says. Max's parents seem so normal. I had no idea. Do you want to know why I'm so good at climbing? I look over at Katja, but she's concentrating hard on braiding her hair. Yeah, I say, because let's face it, we've all been wondering. I was taken into care when I was really little, she says. My mom couldn't look after me. She tried, but she couldn't. Oh, Kat, Adrian says. I didn't know. Nobody does. Kat unbraids her hair and starts all over again. I was in a home for a while. It smelt funny and the bed was hard. My room felt like a prison. I hated it. So I ran away over and over again. Then they put me in a foster home and I hated that too. I got really good at climbing out of windows and escaping across rooftops. She smiles in a way that makes her eyes twinkle. Eventually I went to a foster home I liked and my foster mom adopted me, so everything turned out fine. But for a few years, climbing was the only thing that made me feel any better. I really want to hug her, but it's not that easy to do when you're perched on separate branches in a massive tree. I can't believe you guys have been keeping these huge secrets for so long, Adrian says. I mean, I would have thought you would have shared this stuff with each other. I understand why you wouldn't want it to spread around the school, especially with idiots like Trent around. So what is the story with you two, I say? We all thought you and Trent were besties, you know, being head boy and head girl together. Ugh, I've never liked him, she says. I used to tolerate him. But then, what happened, Max says. I don't want to say. Please tell us, Aid. Kat says, we've told you our secrets. Tell us, I say, and then we all start to quietly chanting, tell us, tell us, tell us. Fine, she says, but this story had better never leave this base camp or I will hunt you all down and kill you. We promise, I say. You can trust us. It's not like the stuff you guys have been through, though, she says. But it was the worst moment in my life. It happened in year 5. It was half term, and my mom got a call from Trent's mom saying he was having a last-minute birthday party, and he'd really like me to go. I don't remember him having a birthday party, Max says. I mean, obviously, we wouldn't have been invited, but definitely he would have made sure that we knew about it. One of Trent's favorite things was to make me, Chet, Mac, and Kat feel left out. I didn't really want to go, but Mom made me feel guilty and said at least I'd get to see my friends, so I agreed. Adrian continues. Of course, none of us had phones then, so I couldn't check with anyone. I'm liking where this is going, I say, and look over at Katja to see her grinning. So the next afternoon, my mom drops me off at a posh spa hotel. Trent's mom meets us at the door and tells my mom to collect me at 7. That's 5 hours, I repeat. 5 hours from the time I got there. The first part of the party is at the pool, she says, so I get changed into my swimming things and go to the pool expecting everyone from school to be there. She takes a breath. But there's just Trent and his entire family. Not just his mom and dad and older sister, but aunties and uncles and cousins and me. I keep looking at the pool entrance, thinking any moment my friends are going to walk in, or at least somebody I know. But an hour ticks by and I realize no one else is coming. It's just me. And the Trents, Max sniggers. I'm not happy about it, but I don't want to upset Trent's mom, so I just get on with it. Swim some laps, play politely with the inflatables. This is one of the best stories ever, says Kat. Then after swimming, we all go to the hot tub thing, Aid says, and we sit there chatting and having these fruity drinks, all of us in a circle. I'm willing the time to pass quickly, but it feels like forever. And then finally we get out and get changed and everything. Please don't say it's over, I say. It's not over yet, Aid says, and I can imagine how pink her face is. We go into the hotel restaurant and they've booked a huge table for all of them, and it's decorated with balloons and sparkles and birthday banners. I go to sit down, but the waiter says, "Non, mademoiselle, we have a special table for the birthday boy and his girlfriend." Kat lets out a little squeak of a giggle, and I squeeze my lips shut tight so I don't laugh. Next to the big table, Aid says, is another small table with 2 chairs. She pauses. "Go on," Max says. Another breath. "And a rose and a candle." Katja is shaking with giggles. She's trying not to let out. I put a twig in my mouth and bite down hard, anything to keep from laughing. Mac makes a noise that's a half laugh, half cough. The whole family is saying how sweet it is and taking photos of us. "Hold hands," they say, and I'm dying inside, and I wish I drowned in the swimming pool. There's no holding it in now. We're all laughing so hard we nearly fall out of the tree. "It was harrowing," Aid says. "What did you do?" Mac asks. I got up and ran to the reception of the hotel and started crying. Even Adrian is laughing now. Trent's mom called my mom to pick me up, and I sobbed the whole way home. We laugh so much the whole tree shakes and bits of leaf and twig drop off from the branches like confetti. "We better wake Trent up," I say. "We don't know how long we'll have before the bug eyes come, and we all need to get some sleep." "Maybe he's been eaten by bears," Aid says hopefully. "Dale said something about bears, remember?" I say. "Right, after we asked for water? I wonder what that was about." Kat gasps and starts flicking through Dale's notes. "I saw something, a picture," she says. "Here it is." She leans over and shows me a pencil sketch of a creature that looks like a cross between a woodlouse and a hippo. Underneath is written "water bear," and it's underlined about 8 times. "What the hell's a water bear?" I say. "Another name for a tardigrade," Matt calls down. "Let me see the pic." A hand is thrust down through the leaves. I pass him the bit of paper. "Yeah, this is a tardigrade," he says. "It looks terrifying," says Adrian. "I hope there aren't any lurking around here." "First of all, they're tiny," says Mac. "You can only see them through a microscope, kind of like alien spores. And second, they're actually awesome. They can survive the most extreme conditions, and they live off stuff that would kill other species. They eat the bad bits of things, the rotten parts, and leave the healthy parts behind. Like they can purify water, for example." Okay, this is interesting. My brain's fighting through its sleepy fog, but I'm sure there's something here we can use. "Guys," Adrian says, and a branch above me creaks. I think she's climbing higher up the tree. I see movement. "Can you get any higher, Kat?" Katja leaps from the trunk and out of my view like some kind of tree climbing ballerina. "It's them," she says. "Hoach, Digger, and Chet's. They're spread through the trees and heading this way." "Damn, they're sweeping the woods," I say. "Everyone climb down as quickly and quietly as possible. We'll grab our stuff and move on." "We'd better wake Trent," Kat says. "Or we could leave him." Adrian climbs down to my branch and then drops to the ground. "Ugh, bird poo," she says, and wipes her hands on Trent's backpack. And that was the end of chapter 15. Chapter 16 next time. Thank you. Bye.